The cobra is another snake that has not only venomous glands, but also quite a lot of physical strength. The king cobra is generally the longest venomous snake on the planet and can grow longer than some pythons. It's worth saying right away that contacting her is a stupid idea for any cat. The chances of coping with a leopard, lion, or tiger are not completely absent, but a cobra has a much greater chance of winning. It will not be possible to defeat it with one throw, and during close combat at a short distance, it will almost certainly manage to twist and bite the opponent at least in the finger. This will be more than enough for a powerful neurotoxin. The anaconda is one of the longest snakes in the world and certainly the heaviest. Even the average individual of this species grows up to 20 feet, or 6 meters, with a weight of about twice as much as that of a reticulated python of the same size. The mass of the young bull, incredible swiftness, and honed reflexes, all this makes the anaconda an extremely dangerous opponent. But the way it has adapted to the living conditions in the Amazon River basin is especially inspiring respect. The fact is that this snake just loves water and swimming. In the river, it gets a lot more room to maneuver, can move with greater ease, and in different planes. The entire mass of the anaconda is the strongest muscles twisted like tight metal cables around the skeleton of the snake. It is not surprising that the anaconda is one of the few predatory creatures that hunt not only herbivorous animals, but also crocodiles. Moreover, the anaconda can even defeat the black caiman, probably the most dangerous lizard of both South and North America. Attacking it, the snake entangles the enemy with its rings and gradually squeezes. This not only suffocates, but also causes critical damage to internal organs and especially the circulatory system. As a result, the anaconda feels completely confident even in such a dangerous place as the Amazon, until the jaguar comes on stage. This cat is the only panther of the New World, the third largest in the world after the tiger and the lion. But although it is inferior to the lion in length and mass, the bite force of the jaguar is almost twice as much. Incredibly strong jaws, which could surely leave a trace of fangs even on metal, are needed in order to open the strongest armor of local animals. The anaconda has no armor, only a smooth and, by the way, scaly skin that feels pleasant to the touch. Jaguar fangs cope with such protection as a hot knife pierces butter. But the main thing is, of course, dexterity. Jaguars have incredible swiftness. Their rush to prey resembles those action scenes from a superhero movie when a character moves so fast that it turns into a blurry shadow. Except the jaguar doesn't need computer graphics to show us something like that. You barely notice him, then a blurry spot flashes, and now he's already standing next to you. Speed is combined with colossal strength. A jaguar can lift the same black caiman, holding it in its jaws, and then jump onto a steep, swampy shore. And this is with a load that weighs about as much as the cat itself, if not heavier. Who will win, the jaguar or the anaconda? It already depends on what will notice the enemy first and under which circumstances. The anaconda can defeat such a cat, but only if it manages to entangle it with its rings. Then the jaguar simply physically will not be able to use its crushing jaws or strike it with its paws. Of course, the jaguar will avoid this at all costs. The speed of his reaction is lightning fast, and the snake will have to try very hard to catch the predator by surprise. If it succeeds, even a jaguar will turn into a hearty lunch for an anaconda. By the way, because of the slow metabolism, these reptiles need meat very rarely, once every several weeks. And the maximum period that they survive without food, without significant loss of strength, is measured in months. If the jaguar managed to react in time, or was the first to attack an unsuspecting snake, then its chances of winning are extremely high. In addition to agility and strength, he has another advantage: intelligence. The jaguar knows that the strength of the snake's blow depends on how it bends the body before throwing. So if you stretch the anaconda out, it will have little opportunity for real resistance. With the help of claws, the jaguar can easily grab such objects. And thanks to dexterity, the cat gets away from counterattacks. The fight against the anaconda requires full concentration and takes place with great tension. But although the jaguar is at least twice as small as the snake, with due diligence and patience, he will be able to defeat it. Moreover, the jaguar is not afraid of fighting with such an opponent, even in the water. He will try to move the battlefield to the river bank, but he will be able to fight back even in the Amazon itself, thanks to excellent swimming skills that any other cat would envy. So, the winning tactic of the jaguar is not to let the fight go to a close distance. The cat will strike single blows, tease the snake, exhaust, and try to inflict small but tangible damage. And then the jaguar stretches the snake and gets down to business in earnest, grabs the snake by the head with its jaws. Would you like to see such a duel live? Or do you prefer to watch such a spectacle through the screen, enjoying the safety of your own home? Maybe you have experience traveling to remote wild corners? Share your experience with us in the comments. Some jaguars are so brave and strong that they can even hunt anacondas right in the water. This is especially difficult for them. Cats rely on paw strikes. Even at a shallow depth, it is difficult to find a foothold for a truly crushing blow. But somehow the black jaguar defeats the anaconda in its territory, after which it calmly pulls out of the water a snake that weighs more than the jaguar itself. This is a real feat. As you already understand, despite the mighty muscles of pythons and boas, as well as the toxins of poisonous snakes, these reptiles do not have a cloudless life at all. They have worthy opponents. Therefore, some of them have found amazing weapons. It would seem that fangs and claws are normal for animals. But the shooting? But it turns out that some snakes have really learned long-range remote attacks. These are spitting cobras. In fact, several different types of snake can release venom at a distance. Perhaps this is a feature of one common ancestor from which several species originated. Or perhaps several parallel developing species have come to such weapons independently of each other. In any case, poison shooting is an effective weapon against aggressor cats of any size. So how does this amazing mechanism work? The teeth of such snakes have a specific shape. The channels through which the poison is fed seem to be turned forward. To shoot the venom, the snake raises its head, aims, and releases liquid through these holes under such pressure that it flies at a distance of about 7 to 8 feet, more than 2 meters. At the same time, this technique is exclusively a weapon of defense. During hunting, snakes will never spit venom and do not try to catch prey from a distance. Instead, they hunt in the usual way. They sneak up on prey or ambush it to inject the venom into the body with a conventional bite. The first question that arises when you learn about this phenomenal way of self-defense is the mechanism of the poison. After all, this toxin, for all its destructive properties, is not an acid. It is not capable of burning through the skin of the beast, otherwise the cobra simply would not be able to keep it inside its teeth. So, this is a common poison that poisons the body only when it enters the body, at least when it comes into contact with the mucous membranes. How then is it possible to use poison effectively against such formidable predators as lions? The answer is simple: eyes. The venom of spitting snakes is very strong and concentrated. If it gets into the eyes, it causes severe pain, burning, and even damage to the internal structures of this organ. For example, the destruction of the lens and retina. And here you will learn a nuance that will make you treat snakes with great respect. They are not just shooters, but real snipers of the animal world. Lions are very fast, as are leopards or cheetahs, but the spitting cobra has mastered the technique of targeted poison shooting. Firstly, it accurately targets the eyes, and secondly, during the shot, the snake makes undulating movements with its head. So the poison is sprayed in a wide arc. Even if the cat reacts in time and dodges the first drops, the rest of the charge will probably catch up with her. If enough poison gets into the lion's eyes, it will lose its sight forever. Experienced predators know about this and avoid meeting with such an opponent. And the inexperienced, well, the world of wildlife is harsh. That's how, in a fight with cats, these types of snakes found almost an ultimate weapon. It's easier to hit a big target, so honey badgers, mongooses, and other relatively small and agile snake hunters pose a danger to spitting cobras. But lions and other big cats should definitely beware of approaching this opponent.